Introducing Dr. Benita Rumanzi Bushari. He is the director of Africa Population Institute, an NGO and institution of higher learning with a presence in 3 countries, Uganda, Kenya, and South Sudan. A husband to 1 and a father of 4. He is also an established scholar, lecturer, a human rights activist, inspirational speaker, organizational development expert, mentor, and life coach. He holds a Bachelor of Social Sciences in Economics and Rural Economy, a Master of Science in Population and Reproductive Health, and a doctorate in Education Administration with about 7 other professional certificates in different disciplines. He is a member of the International Association of Population Scientists, IUSSP, and the Union of African Population Scientists, UAPS. He sits on a number of boards, both as chairman and a number of international organizations. He holds a number of trainings in different disciplines. He is a well-sought-out speaker on radios and televisions. His research has greatly impacted the government and communities. His life is punctuated with a number of travel experience to over 20 countries. His life mission is to always seek a challenge and devise the solution support professionalism, intellectualism, and creativity as self-starter by his capabilities. Here comes Dr. Benita Rumanzi Bushari. www.
It is not so common to see a very thriving young man rising from grass to being a regional admirable personality in terms of business, specifically in tertiary institute. He is an author, an aspiring politician, and a servant of God. On the Senior Citizens Talk today is Dr. Rumanzi Benita Bushari, the proprietor and executive director of Africa Population Institute that is felt in the East African countries. He has just returned from United States where he has traversed 7 states doing what he's about to tell us. Dr. Rumanzi, welcome to CGI News Agency's Senior Citizens Talk.
Oh, thank you very much, Your Excellency Ernest Chivumbi. Yeah, I'm glad to be part of HICG News Agency. Yeah, thank you for considering to come and take my interview. And I'm sure it will help someone out there who is admiring to get to the top.
Let us begin with your recent trip to United States. What is it that you've had in US and the other time you were in France?
Oh yeah, actually I treasure so much travels because every time I travel, it is like a learning experience. I go there to learn what we don't have here so that we can incorporate it in what we are doing in this country of ours, Uganda, and Africa as a whole. So towards the end of last year, I had just completed this book, Beating the Odds, The Unlimited Key to Success. So I have purpose to go and launch it in the United States of America, specifically in Washington, D.C. So I also, like you said, I traversed America. I visited the Far East and were able to see what is happening in New York City, in Pennsylvania, in Maryland. So those states, they are close to one another, Virginia. So I was there and I was welcomed. And this book was launched and it was filed at the Library of Congress in the United States of America. So I'm excited. Yes, my copyright is about to come in and I am sure it is coming soon.
What are these key elements in the book that their readers can be excited reading about?
Yeah, the key elements in the book, this book is like a multifaceted kind of book that is ranging from motivational to preaching the word of God and also to helping people come out of poverty. Yeah, so as Africa Population Institute, our strapline is to transform generations. And as we transform generations, we need to teach them to come out of ignorance and to come out of disease and live an independent and self-reliable kind of life. So for that case, we managed to come up with 10 keys that limit success. And we help people to do preparations, to avoid people who are con men, who come with glittering stuff and they want to cheat them, to enhance the social capital that they have, and also to be people of people who know who they are and what they want to achieve in order to work towards achieving it.
Are you able to share with us those 10 key points?
Yes, these 10 key points are very clear here, and I think maybe the reader of this book will be able to get them. One is preparation. There is nothing that you can do when you are not prepared.
Everything you will have to prepare.
You have to prepare and know where you want to be, then you start strategizing how to reach there. Then with the waves of life, some people, they tend to have pity parties, thinking that maybe the odds are not in favor, I can't do much. So what you do, you need to know that you can beat the odds and weather the storms of life. Life has never given us the leveled ground.
No leveled ground.
When the life offers you lemons, make a lemonade out of it. Then vision from above. You need to have a vision that you want to accomplish. You need to know what you want to achieve in this life and the life to come. Because many people forget and think that life ends here. There is also life after.
Many people don't even want to know about life after death, they think that everything ends here.
Oh my God, when you're working, you need to make sure that you leave a legacy. And the legacy is the life that you live here, people who will come after you. How will they know that you existed? So you need to do something towards that.
Especially something positive.
Yes, positive. That those who are not here, how will they know that you once lived? I went to the US and we visited Washington, George Washington's house. The house that he built almost 300 years ago. And it is still standing. We saw his bed where he breathed his last. And we saw things happening. Then I'm like, yeah, this guy was a visionary. He looked at America in the future. Okay? Then, now, branding yourself. It begins with you right now to know what am I not good at? How am I not incompetent? And then you build your competence. You brand yourself to stand out from the crowd and say, yeah, this is where I want to be. And if I want to be like this, let me learn to become a good public speaker. Let me learn computer to know how to effect my computer skills. Let me learn my communication skills, okay? To help me become a better person. So that's branding yourself. And there is also, don't beat yourself. Many people make mistakes. This is a key. They make a mistake and they say, okay, now I have made this mistake. But if you have made it, let it be a learning process for you to get to the next level. You don't need to beat yourself and then you are like, yeah, I'm finished, I'm done. No, you can begin from there and do it. Like David. David once he had already killed Uriah and his wife, the child was dead. He had to say, yeah, now the child is dead. He had to wake up, square his shoulders, wash his body, and it is like nothing had happened. And the servants were scared. They were like, but if this man was sorrowful, we are fearing to tell him that the child is dead. After telling him that the child is dead, now the guy has come up and is now vibrant again. What is happening? So he learned this art, not to beat himself. He knew it is over, the child is dead, life has to be continuous.
So viewers, if there is a knockdown in your life, it doesn't mean that there is a knockout. You can still get up from the dust and believe in yourself and say you can make it. That's what he's trying to say. Continue.
Yes, then the seventh key is be multifaceted. Don't just say, to me, I'm a population scientist and that's all that I do. Yeah, you talked about me being a man of God, preaching the word, and a minister, then an author, then a director of an institution of higher learning, then I'm a father, I am an entrepreneur, I'm in agriculture. So all that, it is
and
not
also
like
politician, upcoming.
I'm aspiring politician, yes. So there we are trying to say where where is my skill relevant? And you try to say, I can help someone. So you don't need to be on one thing and say, this is what I do. And this is what professors usually do. A professor knows that he's supposed to go and teach at Makerere. And by the time they retire, they are just retiring. But what have you done in the community level that people will still benefit from your skill of being a professor? What have I done that people will benefit from my skill of traveling around the world? So I try to be multifaceted, do a lot of other things that will add value on a human life. Then another key is think outside the box.
Thinking out.
Sometimes you may think that what you know is enough, but not until you get to know a challenge.
Yes.
You need to seek for a challenge every day and try to solve it. So the problem you solve will pay you much more than what the ordinary life pays you. So you need to think outside the box, think for a problem, and devise the solution for that problem. And for sure, I tell you, it will pay you back.
Wow.
And then key number 9 is mentorship and protege. Some people tend to think that they know it all. So you find that you are not under the hand of any man. So you're like, no.
We have the self-made people.
Yes,
Me, I'm self-made. I don't need a mentor. No one is there to speak to me.
Oh my God, that is so dangerous. That is so dangerous. You need to have a mentor. And as you get a mentor whom you learn until he has done some mistakes, those mistakes you will not do what? You will not repeat them. Because you will be looking at him from above. Then again, as you also get a mentor, you also get some proteges. The people you also mentor that are under you. Help them. Help them to know how they can also come out of life. I mean, the mistakes I made, I don't expect people who are under me, like these people I work with, also to do such mistakes. So I try to help them. I say, if you do this, this is what you should expect. Like I'm learning also from my senior mentors.
So who is your mentor?
So my mentor is Pastor Robert Kayanja.
Oh,
I
wow.
have followed this man of God for the past 20 years.
Wow.
And the 20 years I joined the Miracle Center in 2023. And my life has never been the same. It's the day he told me, the testimony is in this book. He told me to go back to school when I didn't even have money. I thought by having a bachelor's it was enough. I read immediately, he told me, young man, go back to school. And his word was enough for me to get Rockefeller Foundation scholarship, and I went for a master's degree.
So Rockefeller is one which sponsored you?
Rockefeller Foundation. Even when I was in the US, I made sure that I visited the Rockefeller in New York. I visited them and I was like, yeah, this is the place where they paid my tuition for my master's degree in science and population and reproductive. Let's first finish summarizing the book,
Yes.
then we'll go on to others. So, key number 9 is not everything that glitters is gold. You've had many conmen who come and tell you, oh, when you put here, you benefit. When you don't put here, you do. But at the end of let me tell you, in this book, if you read this book, it will help you to identify who is fake and who is right. Someone who is offering you something that they cannot offer to themselves, just know that the litmus paper is that this person is looking for how they can swindle your finances. So don't deal with them. If someone offers a deal, first look through it. So this is like the lenses.
Many times we get excited when people come to us with the good businesses, proposals, something to buy. There's this piece of land and we get excited.
Oh my God, when you look at such, the lens is here. If it glitters than gold, just run away from it. It will tell you like the things of the Joseph's dream when he had to run away from Potiphar's wife. It was glittering, right? So avoid conmen. They are there. And the last one is enhance the social capital. Let me tell you, you can't go beyond the people that you know. let me tell you, the door can only open because someone knows you. If you right now you're going to be appointed a minister in this government, there must be a voice talking for you where you are not.
It is not a point of just coming and sitting in a place.
You may be having all the skills that it takes, but unless you have this social capital, the people you have hung around with before, the people who know you from within and out, and they are the ones to recommend you.
To speak on your behalf.
Speak on your behalf where you are not.
Wow.
And tomorrow you wake up and you find your name on the list of the cabinet.
It doesn't just happen.
It hasn't just happened.
I thought people just there and they appoint them.
Oh my God. So
There has to be people pushing, say, Mr. President, there's this young man, we've identified him, he has done this and this. We think that if you appoint him on this and this, he's going to do this. There have to be people.
There must be people, and those people must be your social capital, the people you have dealt with before.
Social
and
capital.
They must have seen your integrity. They
Ah.
must have seen you that you are a person who is reliable. Because at the end of the day, you can say, there are those who will talk for you, but they talk for you negative because of who you are. If you have been a con man, if you have been doing things which are dubious, they will not talk.
They will
for you.
not.
But there is where there is a voice that is still that you will talk about. So this one with the power of networks. So
The
let's have
power of networks.
Yes. And we need to cultivate that power.
Maybe
And
we
make sure
don't
that-
know. We don't know that power of social capital. Maybe that's why people, the youth today, don't have opportunities.
Make sure that every person that God brings into your life is for a purpose and for a reason. The moment you deal with them the right way, they will be your ambassadors to the next level. So don't try to demean anyone. Don't put anyone down, because that is a seed of discord. If you sow it, it will work against you. So make sure that even someone whom you look at, someone like you are a CEO of an organization and there is a gate man, that gate man can save you.
Can save you.
If you literally pass by and you say, I don't greet a gate man, I don't greet a sweeper, that's because you are a CEO. No. That CEO, next time we'll see when they are trying to put poison. I mean, that cleaner will see when they are trying to put poison in your food, and he will switch the food.
In fact, recently, we've just had a very awful murder case in the country. But I was reading the story of a courageous young man who confronted the murderers, the terrorists. He was just being assisted in COVID by this man of Buganda Kingdom who was just killed. He said that during COVID time, he would give us some money, would assist us. So when he saw that they had shot him,
Yes.
he had to get board and run after them.
After them.
Yet he even had guns and said, if I'm dying, I should die, but I remember this person.
What he did for
So
us.
assisting and cooperating with people of low caliber is very important. Something to learn. That gate man can assist you.
Can assist you.
That maid can save you one time.
Can save you one day. Then I also put my biography, which shows the life I've lived ever since I was born.
We are
From
getting
my
to that.
conception to my childhood, and the advice I give young people, the dark night of the soul, I have gone also through this thick and thin, my high school life, campus life, ministerial experience, then experience with the NGO world, and my current profile as the director of Africa Population Institute and Mama Africa International Schools.
So
Yes.
you need to tell us about Africa Population Institute.
Yeah.
What is the journey of this institute?
Okay, this idea, I conceived it when I was working with an NGO in Muyenga there. It was a national community of women living with HIV/AIDS in Uganda. And I was traveling. At that time, I had just traveled from Ethiopia. I was excited as a young man to get a job which gives you travel and allowance and experience. And when I was seated in the class, like I said, my mentor, my man of God, told me, I was seated in church, he told me that leave that job. If you don't leave that job, they are going to chase you. And I'm like, oh, how do I leave my job?
The man of God had already seen it.
Yeah, which is paying me. I was the one helping my young brothers and sisters, and I'm like, I'm finished. But I honored what the man of God told me. I wrote a resignation letter, kept it in my purse. So the next day I went to work. I stayed there. And on Friday, my executive director called me and he said, you see, young man, you see, you understand, you know, you are very qualified for us because I had just finished a master's, that we can't afford to maintain you here. And I knew where she was going, was to chase me. So I just pulled out my resignation letter, signed it, and gave it to her. And I left. That was a Friday. That Friday I was in the overnight. I slept at church. Saturday I did not go home. And on Sunday night we had the campus to remember. And I slept on the altar. I got the vision, Africa Population Institute. And I'm like, I woke up, I wrote the minutes of the logo, the strategic objectives, and the like. And the next day on Monday, I hit the streets of Kampala to register this organization of Africa Population Institute. And the rest is history. So later on, it's when I expanded our springboard to South Sudan, to Kenya, and now Africa Population Institute is a brand in the region.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. It began as a dream that God gave you on the altar.
On the altar. And whatever God tells me, I just do it.
After being chasing your soul from the job.
From the job that I resigned when I didn't know where I'm going. Yes. And now Africa Population Institute has touched very many people. We have graduated over 10,000 students.
10,000 students.
And they are impacting, like in South Sudan, from the peasant to the president. You can't find anywhere where an office where our student is not. Those who have gone through our hands.
Wow.
All NGOs, the local government, the what. Yeah, we have influenced people positively. I believe so.
What are those major courses that most students have learned from Africa Population Institute?
Yeah, Africa Population Institute, we dealt, as we are dealing with population and reproductive health issues, we looked at public health as a gap in the region. Public health was not really addressed, and therefore we took it on as a challenge as Africa Population Institute, that we need to train public health officials who will help in the fight against disease. We know that prevention is better than cure. We are not training them as medical doctors to cure the disease, but we are training them as preventive officers who help to teach people how to live a life that is viable, that is absence of disease and the like.
Wow, incredible. So, could we know who is Dr. Rumanzi Benita?
Dr. Rumanzi Benita is a father of 4 sons, married to 1 wife. Yeah, of course, the director of Africa Population Institute. And my wife is the proprietor of Mama Africa International School. And of recent, we are now doing a construction in Kayanja.
Okay.
Yeah, we are building there a school to bridge the gap because there is a very big gap. Students travel for over 20 kilometers.
Where is Kayanja located?
It is located at the border of Rwanda and Uganda in Kamwezi.
Is that where you come from?
Yeah, it's in Ruchiga County, and I come from Ruchiga. So we are building a school on 5 acres of land, and that school is also in memory of the Mzee Bushari. Bushari has been an icon in Ruchiga. He's the kind of person who transformed the people of Ruchiga. The recent fallen Kirasha, who was one of the richest guys, gave a testimony and said he is who is because Bushari touched his hand.
Wow.
So Bushari is still surviving at 94 years.
94 years.
He has helped very many people, and we said, this man who is an icon, he can't go just to demise like that. We said, let's build a school in memory of him, and that school is called Chiga College Bushari. So far is at the ring beam level, and many buildings. It is a complex of buildings, and we believe that by end of this year it will be done, and next year we shall have an intake, and also that one is towards the political ambition. So I want to help people in Ruchiga.
Yes.
Yes.
As an LC person, LC1 councillor, what?
No, I want a position of authority that I will be able to make decisions in Ruchiga that will help our people to grow. And that is where I'm coming in as an area member of parliament for 20.
People of Ruchiga, there is a story behind this gentleman who wants to get into parliament to represent you. And from what he has said, probably he may serve you better. Yes.
Yes, the people of Ruchiga need to know that it is not about people coming and giving them handouts of money and telling them that this is what we do. And that is what most of our politicians, what they usually do. They don't have, students don't afford.
Yes.
So if we build this school that is affordable and we allow all those orphans and vulnerable children to come in, then we will be able to help them understand how to go about life etiquettes. And that is how we shall be helping them.
So you're coming on Noop, you're coming on DP, what?
If you see my colors, I'm coming on NRM ticket.
Okay.
I can't change because let me tell you this, by the way, Honorable Chivumbi. If you really want to go far, you don't need to antagonize the government because the government is a state and has all the power and all the mercenaries.
Yes.
So if you antagonize them, you can't go far.
You can't.
Even if you have all the abilities. So all you have to do is partner with them,
Yes.
partner with the government, and make sure that you put things right. Even if you want to build such a school, you can't build it without the approval of the what?
Yes.
The government. Even if you want to do that. So these people when I see they're in opposition fighting, you can't fight a state. All you have to do is come up and participate in what the state is doing and get into their strategic plan and come up with the solutions to the current and prevailing problems. And that's how we'll be able to help people.
So the president was right when he said, there's one time he visited a certain place in Wakiso. I think it was the Busaba Road. And the road was dusty for so many years. I think they're doing some construction there. But he said, you people, Mukutu Gwazibikira. You voted people who are at government. Therefore, the stream cannot do what? Flow. Yes. So you Kulembeka where there is a...
I love what this... when this lady, Betty Kamia, was in opposition, she did not achieve much. Even for Ruaga division when she was the area member of parliament.
Yes.
But later on when she came into government, we saw how Ruaga was able to change. And
I saw the roads, I've seen everything.
Yeah. But now that she's now out again, you see what is happening. So it is highly possible that you need to know that you partner with the people in authority. All authority comes from God.
Yes.
If God is tired of Museveni, he has a way of dealing with him. So meaning
when time reaches, so nothing can stop.
At this time, he knows that Museveni is our president, and he's the one who has appointed him. So it is our duty and role as civilians to pray for him and also to support him.
Yes.
To do his mandate. Otherwise, making noise, Worokoso, it will not help.
It will not work.
It will not work.
So you believe in his fishing methods? He fished Betty Kamia, Norbert Mao is also part of government today.
Actually, Museveni is a very wise man. He looks at those people with brains but that are misguided, and he brings them on board so that they can help him to transform this country. And I believe that Uganda, we are not doing badly. I have traveled different countries. I've traveled different countries, but I've seen that what we are doing here, we are just lacking a little bit of like an eye opener.
Yes.
But the moment we get people in authority who know what to do, Uganda will be transformed. I went to the University of Hamburg and when I was in Hamburg in Germany, I saw the training system. I came up with the design of the Kampala. I came up with the design of the Kampala training system. I have it in my book.
Why don't you meet Madame Kisaka and you share with her?
If you just hit me with him, I came up with the training system of Kampala. If we can, and Kampala is very beautiful because we have undulating mountains and what.
Yes.
So meaning that if we drill the underground tunnels of training systems, it will be the most beautiful, and we shall be able to connect Masaka with Mukono, with Jinja, with the what, and we shall have solved the transport system of our country once and forever. I came with the design. I drew it with my pen and my bar, and it is possible. All this one, if money is there, we have been borrowing money. Money can be there to build it. Like during the time of Jennifer Musisi, where did the money come from? Some things, the money could be there, but maybe in the wrong hands, or misappropriated, or misprogrammed. Like the few things we have done here at API, we don't have any government support. We've not had a hand. But the little money we get from school fees and payment and consultancy that we do is why we have been able to put up this 3-story building.
It is beautiful.
And also to expand. We are buying the people in front and behind. Why we are doing this? It's because we want to see that we can develop. So money is not an issue. The issue is the vision. If you have a vision, then you can reach there where you want to be.
I get it.
Yes.
So, you have frequently been to South Sudan, and you've told us that those have been your clients and they've benefited a lot from Africa Population Institute. What is the major challenge with South Sudan as a young country?
South Sudan as a young country, the only problem they have right now is that they still had that civil conflict.
Oh, the civil war.
But
Riek Machar and Salva Kiir.
Yes, but at the moment, since this has been rectified, I think South Sudan is going to develop. Even when you look at their roads right now, for them, everything is planned. The roads are wide, things are done the right way they should be done. I'm telling you, these guys are very serious where they are going. What was their problem, it has been solved. Now, right now, they are going into elections, and the moment if election, it is a peaceful transition or whatever they decide, South Sudan is a country.
When is the elections?
The election, I think, is in a year's time.
Will Riek Machar participate and Salva Kiir?
Yes, they are all already participating, and I believe it is the people of South Sudan that will decide.
And Uganda is benefiting so much in the market in South Sudan. What is the major export Uganda is doing in South Sudan?
Yeah, Uganda, is the food basket for the whole region. Leave around South Sudan around, whether it is in Kenya, Tanzania, Congo, Uganda is a food basket. So we have a ripple effect, like a spillover, whereby it goes to different countries. So be it food, then be it service delivery. Most of the people who are doing like technical work in South Sudan are Ugandans, and they are also training South Sudanese also to be self-reliant, to do what they should do. So this is what we are partnering. It is like a partnership of two countries. Yes.
As we are yet to finish our show today with you, I would like to know, what is your take on the fights between amongst the born-again pastors in the country? The other one is pointing at so and so, and they speak this and this or this and this.
I stand as a man of God on this and say, surely this is not right. Because pointing fingers on a person, you're pointing one finger, but the four are pointing at you.
So you also have your own weaknesses.
Yes, you also have your own weaknesses. So you don't need to make yourself a judge. Being judgmental is not right, because it's God who is the righteous judge.
He will judge at any time.
He will judge at any time. And God is not someone you can blindfold. He's seated in heaven and he sees everything that happens on earth with his big eye. So now, for someone to come up and fight and try to pull another person down, that is very wrong, absolutely wrong. I would say what you have to do your part. Leave the other person's part. Let him run his race. Because at the end of the day, it is God who is going to judge. But then I have seen born-again pastors saying, no, one pastor should come up and confess and what. I mean, they are like telling him what they want him to do. What they are not standing is like ignorance. Like if someone ignores you, they feel bad. Like someone stepping on your foot, and when someone steps on you and you don't react, he feels like, but why am I stepping on you and you are not saying anything? I mean, that is wickedness of the highest order. All you have to do is, please be bothered with what bothers you, and don't try to pull anyone down. Because if you try to pull anyone down, that is the seed of discord, and it is like witchcraft. Actually, there is a scripture in the Bible which says that, like, woe unto him who sows a seed of discord amongst brethren. So if you saw
That's
that
a powerful
seed of
scripture.
discord, you are like you're pulling people down. So do your part. Do your part, and we are all collaborators in the vineyard of God.
Collaborate in the vineyard
In
of
the
God.
vineyard of God. So if you have told to prune, you go and prune what you're pruning. Another one is weeding. Another one is planting. Paulo planted, Apollos watered, and it is God who made the plant one to grow. Yes.
What is your final remarks on the senior citizens talk, Dr. Rumanzi?
My final remark is surely I'm glad that I have been given this opportunity as the senior citizen
Yes.
of this country. That's maybe the work that we do, it is being appreciated. We really appreciate the step you've taken. And yes, there are some untold stories whereby maybe we are behind here and no one knows what we are doing, and yet we are having a great impact in this country and the thing that we are working on. So my final stake is that there are people outside there who know what to do, but they have not been put in positions where they should. I mean, they don't have the platform where to air what they do. So that's why I'm glad at HICG News Agency for giving us an opportunity to tell the world
Yes.
what we are capable of doing and what we have been doing. And I would also advise people, if they can, especially
yes.
young, to get this book, Beating
Absolutely.
the Odds.
Where can they find it?
Unlimited Key to Success. Yeah, you can find it if in some libraries at Makerere University
Yes.
and the Aristoc Bookshop.
Oh.
And maybe those who can come up to African Occupation
At
Institute.
how much?
Yeah, it is only at 20,000 Uganda shilling, but there is also a soft copy at, it is already on Amazon.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, it was put on Amazon, and on Amazon someone can have it at $9.
Wow. I think my
Yes,
cameraman
those who are
can
international.
try to zoom the book. You need to get this copy. Instead of just eating a chukumando tonight, you can forego and buy this beautiful book, Beating the Odds, The Unlimited Key to Success by Dr. Rumanzi Benita. It's been a pleasure to host you today, Dr. Rumanzi, on the Senior Citizens Talk. We've just explored a lot more from this incredible, versatile character of this country, originating from the border of southern Uganda and Rwanda, and coming to Kampala to do incredible wonders. And they're being felt in effect in South Sudan, in Kenya, United States, Germany, and everywhere that he has traveled. Until next time, on the Senior Citizens Talk of HICGI News Agency. My name is Chivumbi Ernest Benjamin. On the camera is Ronald Serada, and of course our producer, who is always there in the hideout. Thank you.